Listen up, you think you've seen power. You think you understand strength. Think again, because what I'm about to tell you will shake your very core. Iran, yes, Iran, has developed weapons so advanced, so deadly, even America's top brass are caught off guard. This isn't science fiction. This is real. This is now. And it's a lesson for every single one of us about what it means to prepare, to dominate, and to never be caught off guard. You want to win, you want to be unstoppable, then pay attention, because power doesn't wait for the unready. Power punishes the weak. Power rewards the relentless. Those weapons, each one a masterpiece of innovation and discipline, were built with sweat, with pain, with a mindset that refuses to accept limits. They weren't created overnight, and they weren't built by those who settle for good enough. No, they were forged by warriors who know this simple truth. If you're not advancing, you're dying. You want to be like them, you want to be a force no one can ignore, then stop making excuses. Stop waiting for the right moment. The right moment is now, the grind is now, the pain, the discipline, the sacrifice. It's all right here, right now, waiting for you to step up. When the world doubts you, when the challenge seems impossible, that's your moment to get after it. You build your strength in silence. You sharpen your mind when no one's watching. You prepare like your life depends on it, because it does. This isn't about luck. This isn't about talent. This is about relentless, unbreakable discipline. It's about waking up every day, every hour, and deciding you will be better than you were yesterday. Because when you do that, when you commit, when you push beyond pain, you become a weapon, a force of nature, an unstoppable storm. So hear this, when Iran's weapons shocked the world, it was a message that preparation, discipline, and heart matter more than anything else. So ask yourself, are you ready to shock the world? Are you ready to be relentless? Because that's the difference between winners and losers, between those who get crushed and those who dominate. No excuses, no delays, no weakness. Get up, get moving, get relentless, and never let the world catch you off guard. True power rarely announces itself with fanfare or spectacle. Instead, it grows in silence, quietly, persistently, and without the need for immediate recognition. This kind of power is forged away from the eyes of the world, nurtured through consistent effort and unwavering dedication. It is in the unseen moments, the countless hours of hard work, and the repeated choices to push forward when others rest that true innovation takes root. Innovation in silence is about embracing the process rather than seeking the spotlight. It is the relentless pursuit of improvement, even when no one is watching. This quiet growth is often misunderstood or underestimated because it lacks the immediate visibility that flashy achievements command. Yet, it is this very invisibility that makes it so powerful. Like a seed planted deep underground, the roots develop strength in obscurity, preparing for a time when the visible world cannot ignore its presence. The silence that accompanies innovation is not emptiness. It is the fertile ground where ideas evolve and mature. It requires patience and trust in the process, understanding that progress is not always linear or instant. Every setback, every moment of doubt, every failure is part of the silent struggle that precedes breakthrough. Those who innovate in silence do not chase validation or applause. They are driven by an internal standard of excellence and a vision for what could be. This concept applies not only to technology or weapons development, but to any domain where mastery is pursued. Whether an athlete training before dawn, an artist perfecting their craft in solitude, or a leader strategizing in quiet reflection, the true power lies in these unseen hours. The world may only witness the final performance, the launched product, or the victorious outcome, but beneath every success is a foundation built in silence. When the moment finally arrives for this hidden power to reveal itself, the impact is undeniable. Because it is backed by depth and strength that cannot be fabricated overnight, the force it unleashes is both surprising and overwhelming. The world looks on in shock, realizing that what seemed dormant was actually a reservoir of immense capability, honed by discipline and perseverance. Innovation in silence teaches a vital lesson. Do not be discouraged by lack of immediate recognition. The journey toward greatness often requires moving forward in the shadows, refining skills, testing limits, and embracing discomfort. It demands humility to work without the need for constant approval and courage to trust in one's vision despite external doubt. In a culture obsessed with instant gratification and visible success, the power of silent innovation is a radical act. It calls for focus, resilience, and a mindset that values long-term mastery over short-term applause. The innovators who master this art understand that true influence is not about noise or attention. It is about consistent, deliberate progress that eventually reshapes the landscape entirely. In the end, power born in silence is the most formidable kind because it is authentic, deep-rooted, and sustainable. It reminds us that the greatest transformations often begin quietly, with unseen effort, and when they erupt into the light, they carry with them a force that can't be ignored or undone. Preparedness is not a choice. It is a necessity. In every aspect of life, whether it's on an actual battlefield, in the boardroom, or within the daily battles we face, only those who prepare relentlessly earn respect and survive the challenges thrown their way. The battlefield, literal or metaphorical, shows no mercy to the unready. It doesn't wait for you to catch up or give you a second chance. It demands readiness full stop. Mastering your craft requires more than casual effort or occasional practice. It demands a level of commitment so intense and consistent that it becomes part of your identity. You do not prepare when you have time. You make time. You understand that every moment not spent sharpening your skills, honing your mind, and strengthening your body is a moment lost to your adversaries or to the chaos of life itself. When the pressure hits, it's too late to start preparing. By then, the battlefield has already been claimed by those who were ready before the fight even began. Relentless preparation is not glamorous. It's sweat, repetition, and sacrifice, over and over again, long after others have quit or lost interest. It's waking up earlier, training harder, studying longer, and pushing through pain when every fiber of your body wants to stop. This is where champions are made, not in moments of glory, but in the silent hours of preparation when no one else is watching. The battlefield, in its rawest form, doesn't care about your excuses. It only respects your readiness. When you stand prepared, you don't just survive, you dominate. Preparedness gives you the ability to adapt, to make split-second decisions with confidence, and to control the chaos that would otherwise overwhelm you. It's the foundation that transforms fear into courage, hesitation into action, and vulnerability into strength. In life, being unprepared leaves you exposed. Opportunities slip through your fingers, challenges overwhelm your spirit, and crises break your will. But when you commit to preparation as a non-negotiable part of your life, you build an unshakable foundation. You build resilience, you build power, you become the person who others turn to in times of crisis, the one who can be counted on when it matters most. To prepare relentlessly means to accept no shortcuts. It means understanding that mastery is a lifelong journey with no finish line. There will always be new skills to learn, new obstacles to overcome, and new levels to conquer. The moment you stop preparing, you start falling behind. This mindset, this unyielding commitment to preparedness, changes everything. It frees you from the paralysis of fear and doubt because you know you've done everything within your power to face whatever comes. It allows you to move forward with clarity and purpose, knowing the battlefield respects only those who show up ready to fight. No one owes you success. No one will hand you victory. You have to earn it every single day through the discipline of relentless preparation. The world is full of distractions, but those who master the art of readiness cut through the noise and stand tall when it counts. Preparedness is not optional. It's the price of freedom. It's the difference between surviving and thriving. So master your craft, prepare relentlessly, because the battlefield, no matter what form it takes, respects only the ready, adapt and overcome. These two words are more than just a motto. They are a commandment for survival and success in any arena. When you look at advanced weaponry, you see not just machines or technology, but the embodiment of adaptability itself. Every piece of cutting-edge equipment is a testament to relentless evolution, shaped by countless challenges, setbacks, and threats overcome through ingenuity and determination. It is a physical manifestation of the principle that to survive, you must never stand still. You must change, improve, and conquer. Adaptability is the foundation of progress. When faced with obstacles, the advanced weapons that dominate the battlefield today didn't just emerge by chance. They were created because those who developed them refused to accept failure. They studied their failures, learned from their mistakes, and used every challenge as fuel to innovate. The technology evolved because the environment demanded it. Every threat exposed a weakness, and every weakness forced an adaptation. This cycle of trial, error, and adjustment is how true power is built. When you face adversity in your own life, you must do the same. Standing rigid in the face of change is a recipe for defeat. The world will throw obstacles at you, challenges that seem insurmountable, situations that threaten to break your spirit. The question is not whether you will face these challenges, but how you will respond. Will you freeze, resist, and fall, or will you adapt, learn, and overcome? Overcoming means more than just surviving. It means thriving despite the odds. Advanced weaponry is not static. It is constantly evolving to meet new threats. Similarly, you must be in a state of constant growth, ready to pivot, improve, and innovate your approach. Adaptation requires humility to recognize when something isn't working, courage to make difficult changes, and resilience to keep moving forward even when the path is uncertain. Every setback is an opportunity disguised as a challenge. When a new threat appears, it forces a response. The strongest respond not with fear or denial, but with action, testing new strategies, refining skills, and pushing limits. This relentless cycle is what creates mastery and power. In life and combat alike, the ability to adapt and overcome separates those who are broken by their struggles from those who rise stronger. Advanced weaponry reflects the mindset of those who refuse to be beaten, who treat every failure as a lesson and every threat as a call to innovate. If you want to embody this spirit, you must embrace change and reject complacency. When faced with a problem, don't look for excuses or dwell on what went wrong. Instead, analyze, adjust, and attack with renewed focus. This is how you become unstoppable. This is how you transform challenges into stepping stones for greatness. Adapt and overcome isn't just a phrase, it's a way of life. It means being relentless in the pursuit of improvement, resilient in the face of adversity, and ruthless against complacency. It is the mindset behind every advanced weapon, every breakthrough, and every victory. So when the world pushes back, when the pressure mounts and the odds seem impossible, remember the lesson of advanced weaponry. Adapt, overcome, and keep moving forward with unbreakable will and unwavering resolve. Because in that lies your true power. Power is often misunderstood as simply brute strength or overwhelming force. Yet true strength lies far beyond mere physical might. It is rooted in strategy, calculated precision, tactical superiority, and mental dominance. Power without strategy is reckless and short-lived, but power backed by a clear plan, sharp mind, and tactical awareness becomes unstoppable and enduring. Strength in strategy means understanding that every move you make counts. It's about seeing the battlefield not just as a place of chaos, but as a chessboard where each decision shapes the outcome. You don't charge blindly into conflict hoping to overpower your opponent. You assess, analyze, and exploit every advantage. It's the difference between raw aggression and disciplined mastery. Calculated precision is the backbone of strategic power. It's not about wasting energy on every fight or every challenge, but about focusing your efforts where they matter most. Precision means timing your actions perfectly, striking decisively, and conserving your resources for maximum effect. It's the skill of hitting hard, hitting fast, and hitting right where it hurts. This precision is the product of preparation, observation, and experience, all coming together to deliver blows that cripple rather than merely bruise. Tactical superiority elevates strength to another level. It involves anticipating your opponent's moves before they make them, creating situations where you control the flow of battle. This superiority isn't accidental. It's earned through study, practice, and the willingness to learn from every encounter. When you master tactics, you force your adversaries into reactive positions, dictating the terms of engagement rather than responding to theirs. Tactical superiority means thinking several steps ahead, setting traps, and maneuvering with purpose and intent. But none of this matters without mental dominance. True power is forged in the mind first. Mental dominance means maintaining clarity under pressure, resisting fear and doubt, and controlling your emotions when chaos erupts. It's about having the discipline to stay focused on your objectives and the resilience to keep pushing forward despite setbacks. A mind that dominates shapes the battlefield by projecting confidence, making sound decisions, and inspiring those who follow. Strength in strategy transforms raw force into effective power. It turns potential energy into kinetic energy, directing it toward victory with ruthless efficiency. This kind of power is sustainable because it's not based on momentary bursts of strength, but on intelligent planning and execution. It's a reminder that brawn without brains is wasted effort, while brains without action are meaningless. Every great leader, warrior, or champion understands that the path to dominance is paved with strategic thinking. They prepare not just to fight harder, but to fight smarter. They know when to strike and when to hold back, when to engage and when to retreat. They use their minds to amplify their physical abilities and control the battlefield. In life, strategy applies just as much as it does in combat. Success in business, relationships, or personal growth depends on planning, prioritizing, and mental toughness. When you approach your challenges strategically, you conserve your energy for the fights that matter, avoid unnecessary conflicts, and achieve your goals with greater efficiency. Strength in strategy is the ultimate power because it combines the best of mind and body. It requires patience, discipline, and relentless focus. It demands that you think deeply, act decisively, and maintain control no matter the circumstances. When you embrace this approach, you become a force that can't be stopped, not by brute strength alone, but by the power of calculated, tactical, and mental dominance. Fear is the enemy. It's the silent assassin that creeps in, paralyzes your mind, and stops you from moving forward. Fear cripples potential, it shuts down creativity, and it destroys the will to act. When fear takes hold, hesitation follows, and hesitation in battle, or in life, is often fatal. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail often boils down to this one battle: mastering fear. If you let fear control you, you surrender your power before the fight even begins. Fear feeds on doubt and uncertainty. It thrives in the unknown and magnifies every worst-case scenario. It whispers lies that keep you stuck, telling you that you're not good enough, not ready, or that the risk is too great. But those lies are poison. They erode your confidence and steal your courage. The world doesn't owe you comfort or certainty. The world demands action, even when the path is unclear, and strength, even when you feel weak. Courage, on the other hand, fuels progress. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to act despite fear. It's the refusal to be ruled by what could go wrong, focusing instead on what must be done. Courage is the engine that drives growth, innovation, and transformation. It allows you to push past limits, break through barriers, and face adversity head-on. Without courage, your potential remains locked behind the walls fear builds around you. Standing unshaken when the world doubts your power is a testament to true strength. The world will question you. People will doubt your vision, your abilities, and your resolve. That's not a sign to back down. It's a call to stand taller. When you stay firm in the face of skepticism, you prove that your power comes from within, not from external approval. Your confidence becomes a beacon, not only to yourself, but to others who look for strength and leadership. Fear often disguises itself as reason or caution, but it's a trap. It's easy to confuse fear with wisdom, to justify inaction because the risk seems too high. But real wisdom is knowing when to move forward despite fear. The greatest achievements in history have been won by those who dared to face the unknown with boldness and resolve. They understood that fear is temporary, but regret lasts forever. When fear tries to control you, fight back with preparation and mindset. Build your confidence through relentless discipline and by focusing on what you can control. Break down your challenges into manageable steps and attack them one by one. Each small victory chips away at fear's power and builds momentum toward your ultimate goal. Remember, fear is natural. Everyone feels it. What separates the winners from the losers is what they do with it. They don't let it freeze them. They don't run from it. They face it head on and use it as fuel to sharpen their focus and strengthen their will. If you want to rise above the noise, above the doubts and the naysayers, you must conquer fear. You must cultivate courage that refuses to be shaken. Because courage is the key to unlocking your potential, to moving forward when the world wants you to stop, and to proving day after day that fear is not your master. It's your enemy to be defeated. Be disciplined equals freedom. At first, it sounds contradictory. How can strict self-control and hard work lead to freedom? But this is the paradox at the core of true power. Discipline is the foundation that unlocks the life you want, the goals you pursue, and the strength you need. It's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Without discipline, freedom is an illusion, a fleeting dream that slips through your fingers the moment life demands more than you're willing to give. The discipline to build is the starting point. It means showing up every day, putting in the work no matter how you feel, and committing to progress even when it's uncomfortable. Building isn't glamorous. It's repetitive, grinding, and requires consistency. Whether you're building your body, your skills, or your mindset, discipline ensures you don't quit when motivation fades or distractions arise. This foundation is what creates real freedom, The freedom to choose your path because you have strength and options. Without building, you remain trapped by your current limitations. Discipline to innovate takes you further. It's not enough to just follow the same old patterns. True freedom demands creativity and evolution. Innovation requires the discipline to question, to learn, and to push beyond your comfort zone. It's the ability to adapt and improve continuously, even when it's easier to settle. The disciplined innovator doesn't wait for permission or for perfect conditions. They create opportunities through relentless effort and experimentation. This kind of discipline gives you freedom from stagnation and irrelevance, empowering you to lead rather than follow. Then there's the discipline to dominate. This is the highest level where freedom becomes absolute. To dominate means to control your environment, to lead with confidence, and to impose your will with clarity and purpose. It requires discipline not just in action, but in mindset, mental toughness, focus, and an unbreakable resolve. The disciplined dominator doesn't let excuses or setbacks derail their mission. They push forward with relentless intensity, turning obstacles into fuel. This discipline grants freedom from fear, doubt, and external control. It's the freedom to live life on your own terms, shaped by your vision and your strength. Discipline equals freedom because it creates choice. When you are disciplined, you control your habits, your decisions, and your future. You're not a slave to impulse or circumstance. You build momentum that carries you forward, breaking chains that hold others back. Discipline gives you the power to say no to distractions, no to weakness, and yes to growth and excellence. In reality, freedom is not chaos or lack of responsibility. True freedom is earned through order, structure, and sacrifice. It's the discipline to do what others won't, to keep going when it's hard, and to focus on what matters most. The more disciplined you become, the less you are controlled by external forces. You become the master of your fate, the architect of your destiny. When you embrace discipline in every area, building, innovating, dominating, you unlock a freedom few experience. You gain control over your life, your goals, and your impact on the world. Discipline is not a restriction. It is the ultimate liberation. The freedom to create, to grow, to conquer, and to live with purpose and power.